timbers. We stayed there until mid-June, or sometime July. So by the time we just made that circle, it was just a circle that we done.
How old were you, Robert? When did you start doing that? You were a kid, right?
Yeah, we born. We were just small, young. We lived in a houseboat. I was born in a houseboat. Yeah, born in a houseboat. We had probably 6, 8 houseboats, 6, 8 families that would travel one another like some gypsies. And the ladies would have their babies right there. They had one midwife, no hospital. Yeah.
What's your favorite food?
Oh, we got plenty of favorite food. We got boiled crawfish.
Yeah. But what do you personally like the best? I mean, if you had to name one thing.
If I had to name one thing, probably turtle sauce pecan.
Oh, okay.
Turtle sauce pecan.
Can we get that at the festival?
I doubt it, but that's getting a rarity. Turtle, we don't have no more turtles. I don't know. The varmints eat all our eggs, but boiled crabs is good. That's pretty. Fried catfish.
Okay.
And I cook. My specialty is cooking gumbo. I've been cooking competition at the state. The best I did was second. I've never come out first, but.
Well, that's not half bad.
What's your secret?
Just put it in.
Give a special spice? Or
just put a little everything in, and then sometimes it come out a little better than the others, and, you know.
Are you
Cajun are bad for that. We don't have no recipe.
Yeah, right.
You just take a little bit and put a little bit in. Little bit. Then we taste it, then I'll say, well, we need a little more of this. That's how we cook. My wife's like that too. She's the same way.
Go ahead.
We mentors for a lot of kids. Try to learn how to cook Cajun, and she had to during this time because she got to put that down on paper so they can have a recipe, you know. So, but we do all right. We do all right.
So I don't know anything about the Nutria episode or whatever. Can you just talk about what it was? Or?
I might be off a couple of years, okay? Nutria, y'all know Tabasco?
Yes.
Okay. The McElhaney's in the late 40s when the muskrat went out of, in other words, we caught them out or they had a disease come on them or something, I don't remember exactly, but the muskrat got wiped out. And in the 40s, you didn't have synthetic like you got now. You didn't have the oil to make the coats, to make the hats, to make the shoes and all that stuff. So in essence, the people abroad in the cold countries needed fur. So they had this wild idea that they were going to go to South America and get some nutria and raise them and then let them go into the wild and then we'd have fur. You know, it was going to be a business. But Mother Nature had another secret. In other words, big storm came. I forget which one it was, but wiped out the Gulf Coast, and there went the neutrals, and the neutrals scattered out, and then they populated from then, and then the neutrals populated so fast they faster than rabbits. In other words, they just populate. Well, they got so thick to where they was eating all our marsh. We ain't had no, and we had a sale for them, but then the people with the, I don't know what you call them, but the tree huggers, I call them, the people that don't like they got sold to where we couldn't sell our fur.
So it came.
Now we can't sell the fur. So now we had to pass a bounty. The state had to pass a bounty so we can wipe out the neutrals so they quit eating our marsh. That's the story of the neutrals. Now,
so when you say eating marsh, excuse me, what do you mean by eating? They were eating your marsh.
Eating the grass and eating the marsh. You put a lot of animals concentrated in a small area or tightly, or a lot of them they're just like the boll weevils. You know, they just eat everything. They just eat up, and we were losing our marsh, so they decided they would put a bounty on them so we could try to wipe them out. But we're not doing it very. We're doing some good, but we're not good. We're not going to completely wipe them out.
And what happened with Andrew's
Well, Andrew Zimmer seen that, and the wildlife and fisheries some years back they try to put them on the market for food, but the appearance of the animal didn't go good. They had the big teeth and the long tail.
You're like very unappetizing.
It just didn't look very appetizing, you know. So it didn't go too good. And then Andrew, he just got the wild idea. He would come down here and see if he could stir up something and try to make it look like it was, you know, good to eat and stuff like that, you know.
It looks like big rats.
Big rat. Big rat. But that's the story of Nutra.
And you were in some commercial or something?
Oh yeah, I was on the Andrew Zimmer with the
Bizarre food guy.
Bizarre Food Guy, cooking the Nutra with him. He come down here from New York.
And when was this?
It's about 5 years ago.
Uh-huh.
It's still running.
Uh-huh. And when you say you used to eat, you were eating the glands and the legs? Or?
No, you take the glands out of the eggs.
Mm-hmm.
Any animal has a gland in it. Deer, rabbit, squirrel. If you take the gland out, then you don't have the strong odor when you're cooking it. You don't have the strong odor when you don't have the strong taste when you're eating it. Anything is edible. You know, if you cook it. That's true. Anything is edible.
Oxtail. I was
Anything.
about that.
Anything is
good.
All you got to do is have a little imagination and clean it.
How long you been married?
53 years.
3 years.
Yep.
How'd you meet your wife?
On the boat.
No,
That's what I thought. That's why I asked.
she gonna kill me if she hear me say that. I'm living in the bayous. I'm about 16 years old. And we used to come to town. Matter of fact, a guy wrote me a song about my life. And
Who's that? Who did that?
Guy, a cousin of mine, he died here about 4 months ago. And I was not able to put it on a CD before he died, but we're working on it now. We're working on putting it on now. But anyhow, we living in the bayous, and the only way we can get to civilization is on the boat. But out there, there's a market out there in the store where my grandfather and my uncle and my aunt and all live. It's a settlement called 4 Mile Bayou. Well, it's probably maybe 80 families, 90 families living out there, and everybody bring their catch to my uncle's store. But the only way we could, you had to put that on the boat and bring it here to Morgan City, okay? Which took us 2 hours to get here, 2.5 hours. Well, one day my uncle told me, he said, Sterling, I got something to do. We're gonna load the fish on the boat and you take them in. Well, I brought him to Amelia, where his dad had a processing plant. Well, here comes this girl with a 5-gallon bucket and some fish in it, and she ain't had no shoes on. And she was the prettiest thing I ever seen in my life. So I asked somebody, I said, who's that girl with that? And they told me who it was. I said, well, one of these days, me and her I'm gonna meet that girl one of these days. And about 6 years later, I married her.
Wow.
That's the gospel truth.
Wow. What town was she from?
She's right here from Amelia.
Okay.
Yeah. She's from a big family too. She's the second of 9.
And her name is?
Patricia.
So where are you from?
I'm from 4 Mile Bayou. Yeah. There's a road going to there now, but at that time there wasn't no road. We ain't had no electricity. There was no electricity and nothing out there. There was no